We begin from Abuja, where the Benue State Governor-elect, Reverend Father Hyacinth Alia, has vowed to revamp agriculture and improve the revenue generation of the state, as well as create job opportunities. Father Alia stated this while speaking with State House correspondents, that his administration will ensure there is peaceful coexistence in the state and that the people's lives and well-being will be improved upon. The governor-elect was accompanied by the Minister of Special Duties and former governor of Benue State, George Akume, to meet President Muhammadu Buhari at the presidential villa, where they thanked him for providing the needed leadership and ensuring a conducive environment for the conduct of the election. And still in the nation's capital, a high court of the Federal Capital Territory has issued an order restraining the national chairman of the Labour Party, Julius Abure, National Secretary Farouk Ibrahim, and two others from parading themselves as national officers of the party. Justice Hamza Mwazi issued the restraining order while ruling in an ex parte application argued by a senior advocate of Nigeria, James Onoja. Mr. Onoja had in the application informed the court how the restrained national officers allegedly forged several documents of the FCT High Court to carry out unlawful substitutions in the last general election. The senior lawyer, who tendered several documents, confirmed to the judge that the chief registrar of the court wrote the Labour Party to disown several documents used for the alleged criminal activities by Mr. Abure and three others. Justice Mazu subsequently ordered that the four people should immediately stop parading themselves as national officers of Labour Party.
Court gave an order today that the chairman of Labour Party and other executives who are mentioned as defendants there should stop parading themselves as chairman and executive of the Labour Party, on the basis that one, they have been found wanting in terms of allegation of crime. I mean, they have been indicted by the police for forgery. Also, the chairman has been suspended by his ward, and in our constitution, in the constitution of the Labour Party, once you are suspended or expelled, you cannot be a member of the board of trustees, not to be a chairman, not to talk about being a chairman.
The four officers involved primarily now are one, Julius Abure, who is the former national chairman now. We have Umar Farouk, who is also the former national secretary. We have Clement Ojukwu, who is the former national organizing secretary. And we have Okpara, who is also the former national treasurer. They were all involved in forgery, perjury, of documents, and which we consider inimical to what the party stands for. And we thank God today that at least justice has been served. The four of them, we from henceforth today stop parading themselves as national officer of the party. While we convene in NWC meeting and NEC, we'll now be able to forge a new face for our party.
The National Progressive Councillors Forum has issued an ultimatum to the vice presidential candidate of the Labour Party, Datti Baba Ahmed, to withdraw the derogatory statements he made against the president-elect Asiwaju Bola Tinubu. They also want Mr. Baba Ahmed to tender an unreserved apology to the president-elect or face legal action. Celestina Area has details.
Many electoral processes do not end at the polls but continue to the courts. This is due to many candidates being dissatisfied with the process or outcome of the elections. This judicial process is in line with the laid down laws since the inception of Nigeria's democracy. But this year's election has come with its peculiarities. At the just concluded presidential election, the Independent National Electoral Commission declared Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu the victor after securing the highest number of votes and meeting the required spread. Expectedly, aggrieved opposition parties and their candidates approached the tribunal to seek redress as prescribed by law. But what is worrying is while the matter is sub judice, many of the aggrieved candidates has continued to make incidentary comments and statements concerning the election and the swearing-in ceremony of 29 May 2023. Recently, the vice presidential candidate of the Labour Party, Datti Ahmed, had asked the Chief Justice of Nigeria not to swear in the president-elect. These, the National Progressives councillors say, it is an attack on their mandate. They have asked Mr. Baba Ahmed to withdraw his statement within 48 hours or face legal action. They insist the statement is targeted at undermining the country's democracy and it is a call for unrest by Mr. Baba Ahmed.
Steps is what he just did now, to call him to withdraw his, because he's also a politician. Easy thing to a person to just quickly accept the defeat. You know, it's very painful something. So he has to withdraw his statement press.
The mandate that the president-elect have today, we are all part of it, and we want our vote to stand. So we're giving them 48 hours, or else we'll take legal actions as supporters and people that voted for the president-elect.
We have the free, fair election ever in this country. We must attest that we have a credible election, and we must stand firmly to defend our vote.
President Muhammadu Buhari has emphatically stated that the handover ceremony slated for 29th May 2023 will hold, and a transition committee is already in place working hard towards this deadline. Celestina Iria, TVC News, Abuja.
And in Rivers State, some executive members of the All Progressives Congress in the state have announced the suspension of the chairman and other officials of the party. The development was triggered by the build-up to the 2023 general election and the outcome of the polls. Senior reporter Uche Okoro has details.
The All Progressives Congress has been counting electoral setbacks in Rivers State since 2015. For political watchers, much of this can be blamed on the series of unresolved disputes that have left the party's attention divided and the support base factionalized. In this latest chapter, these state officials say their chairman Emeka Beke, legal advisor Ihianchuku Azubuike, and State Publicity Secretary Darlington Nwoju have been suspended. They accuse them of anti-party activities, gross misconduct, and financial mismanagement.
The Rivers State chapter of All Progressive Congress cannot claim to be in alignment with the party at the center because of one man who has left so many party faithful dead during the election and their families wallowing in abject poverty. Also, there has been massive financial misappropriation in the party. No member of the state ESCO knows or can give account of all the monies that enter the party coffers.
The group also blamed their election woes on lack of capacity of the former governor. They accused him of supporting the People's Democratic Party in the presidential election and openly condemning the APC's victory.
It is on record that the Right Honorable Chibike Rotimi Amechi, Chief Emeka Beke, and the legal advisor, Mr. Ihianchuku Azubike, voted for Atiku Abubakar, the candidate of the People's Democratic Party in the just concluded election.
In a swift reaction, the other half of APC officials have described some of their breakaway colleagues as imposters who have since resigned their membership of the party.
Two of the persons who addressed the media or who were present at that media briefing have already left the APC officially.
While the drama plays out, the aggrieved group has appointed the deputy chairman Omiete Efrebo as chairman in acting capacity. They also announced their spokesperson as acting publicity secretary. Uche Okoro, TVC News, Port Harcourt.
The Plateau State Police Command has sealed the State House of Assembly complex in order to forestall the breakdown of law and order following the reinstatement of former Speaker Ayuba Abok by the State High Court. Officers of the State Police Command were at the Assembly entrance early Wednesday, barring anyone, including staff, from gaining access to the complex following threats from the warring factions to take over the Assembly complex. Commissioner of Police in the state, Bartholomew Onyeka, met with the factions for an amicable resolution of the crisis and is yet to make any statement on the issue. The State Assembly has been experiencing some relative peace since Abok's impeachment until the State High Court judgment ordering his reinstatement. Justice Nafisat Musa in the judgment granted all the reliefs of the claimants, ruling that the impeachment of Abok as Speaker is unconstitutional and against the House rules. In a swift reaction, the state government appealed the High Court judgment and obtained a stay of execution on the reinstatement order.